Blog Talk Radio.
President recognized as Mr. Adams of Massachusetts.
Objects of the most stupendous magnitude. Measures which will affect the lives of millions, born and unborn, are now before us. We must expect a great expense of blood to obtain them. But we must always remember that a free constitution of civil government cannot be purchased at too dear a rate, as there is nothing on this side of Jerusalem of greater importance to mankind. My worthy colleague from Pennsylvania has spoken with great ingenuity and eloquence. He has given you a grim prognostication of our national future, but where he foresees apocalypse, I see hope. I see a new nation ready to take its place in the world. Not an empire, but a republic. And a republic of laws, not men. Gentlemen, we are in the very midst of revolution. The most complete, unexpected, and remarkable of any in the history of the world. How few of the human race have ever had an opportunity of choosing a system of government for themselves and their children. I am not without apprehensions, gentlemen. But the end we have in sight is more than worth all the means. I believe, sirs, that the hour has come. My judgment approves this measure, and my whole heart is in it. All that I have, all that I am, and all that I hope in this life, I am now ready to stake upon it. While I live, let me have a country. A free country.
Okay, everybody, Joseph Gibson broadcasting live here from Greensboro, North Carolina. I'm still alive. Maybe not for long, who knows. You know, our free country. You know, we're all paying attention to Fox News. I'm losing my voice, actually. I had a large day here today. Excuse me. I got my headset on and my microphone on here, and I apologize for that. But I'm here, and I'm doing a Monday night show, and this show is your show. But, you know, like I always do, we're going to put these people on the spot, and we're going to call them live on Blog Talk Radio, understanding the times in which we live in today. This may be one of my last shows on Blog Talk Radio because of the chat room. Hello, God's Rainbow Ministries. Call in, please. I love to hear your voice. I'm losing my voice, actually, from talking to so many idiots out there in our dumbed-down world and the republic that which we don't live in anymore. But the phone number is 657-383-0616. Press 1, and I'll get you on. I'll get you on here live tonight. And if you missed Saturday night's show, we had the governor of Colorado on the program, James Carpenter, governor of Colorado, free state of the republic, on. And he explained the republic and the people of Colorado's voices, okay? And a lot of you may, hang on, that was some background noise there. I got a big studio here. I got 3 computer screens staring at me in the face. And just so people understand. And hang on, let me see what that message is. Nope. Sorry, don't have time to tune in your show. Well, then get the hell off my Facebook page, you jackass. Get off. And your foul language is not appreciated. Well, then go to hell. Let me type that right now. Well, then, burn in hell. Then, I'm typing this in right now. I've got 12,000 followers on Facebook. Well, then burn in hell, asshole. There you go. Here we go. I'm typing it in right now. You're listening to it live. There you go. I just sent the message. Well, then burn in hell, asshole. That's it. You ain't got time to call into my show, Alan David? Too bad. Alan David, you're probably a troll on Facebook. You probably work for the goddamn CIA. You probably work for the criminal government. Yeah, Alex Jones has been banned from Facebook. My friend Alex Jones, 2.2 billion listeners banned from Facebook. Yeah. Go to hell, you son of a bitch. Go to hell, all of you. And that's what you are, a son of a bitch. And I'll say that right now. And I'm going to call people live on this podcast here before I get to everybody here who wants to queue in. All you got to do is press the number 1. I'm not going to play games. We're not playing games anymore, folks. This isn't a joke. This isn't entertainment. This show is called Understanding the Times in Which We Live in Today. And I can tell you right now, when I had my friend here from the Republic, the interim government, okay, the Republic of the United States of America, Google it. I've been to the Restore America Man pleadings. Okay, I've been to those meetings. I've been to them. And you don't understand what's happening. Your country is bankrupt. You're bankrupted. And they're going to start World War III. They're going to start it. You see what's happening in Venezuela? You see what's happening in Israel? You see what now your fake news is reporting? We got U.S. Navy ships right now. Fight for our freedom. We're going to Iran. They're going to do Iran. They're going to do Iran. They're going to do Venezuela because they need to secure the natural resources of this world. And I wish Mandela would call in and talk about that. I hope he would. You are dumbasses out there. You don't understand the New World Order. The New World Order is coming. I ain't going to see it in my lifetime. I'm not going to see a microchip in the back of my forehead. Well, what about your children? What about your grandchildren? You know, liberty is a responsibility. And we enjoy liberty in this country, but we throw away our responsibility every day. Right down to our local police departments, people that I speak to every day for you. You should be ashamed of yourself. And I'm going to call one of your criminal politicians right now. Right now. And I'll call the Federal Reserve, too. I got their phone number programmed here. But we're going to call one of your criminal corporate leaders right now. And I'm not going to be Mr. Nice Guy tonight. I'm not going to be. Well, let me type in this number here. All right, San Diego, California. San Diego, California. Let's call these criminals before they close their business hours. Because I'm here in Greensboro, North Carolina, so they're still open for business to rip you off and screw you over every which way they can. The corporation is bankrupt, folks. And you know what? It's an end game. At the end game, you need to understand you're part of the end game. And I'll play that for you, the end game. But let's call these criminal corporations. Let's call the criminal corporation tonight. Let's do that live on my podcast. Let's call them live. No other Blog Talk radio show host does this live on their show. They don't call people live. They don't do that. And I'm not trying to criticize other, like Tap Into the Truth, Global Patriot Network, other Blog Talk radio shows. I'm not trying to criticize you. All I'm saying is that this is what I do on Blog Talk Radio. We're going to call these scumbags live. And a no nice guy tonight. I want answers before I lose my voice. Here we go. Let's call. And if we don't get anything, that's fine. That's fine. We got many other numbers to call. And they probably got my number blocked.
Senator Harris's office, how can I help you?
Yeah, Senator Kamala Harris's office. I just wanted your opinion on the border crisis, if you can give me an opinion, since you're answering for Kamala Harris, if you don't mind.
I'm sorry, what specifically are you trying to ask?
I just told you, ma'am. I said I wanted to know about the border crisis. I mean, Fox News, CNN, other corporate news media outlets are reporting on it. Does Kamala Harris's office consider the crisis on the border a crisis? That's my question.
She has not responded to that, but I can certainly pass your comments on to her.
Whoa, hang on, ma'am. Ma'am, what do you mean you're not responding? I'm a United States citizen, and I'm a voter. And I'm asking you as a representative answering the phone.
I'm sorry, sir. If you're going to keep yelling, I'm going to have to hang up the phone call.
No, you're not sorry, ma'am. You're not sorry at all.
Okay, thank you so much for calling. Have a great day.
Your name, sorry? Yeah, have a great day. You're going to hang up on me. There you go. You see, folks? Yeah, have a great day. They hang up on you. They don't care about you. They don't care about you at all. At all. It's a big club, and you're not in it. But we're going to call another office. Again, I'm asking questions here tonight as a United States citizen, and you heard what Kamala Harris, presidential candidate, we see her on Fox News and CNN, so, we got to believe everything she says. So let's call another number for Kamala Harris. And hang on here. Maybe I need to calm down a little bit here. I'm just fired up here tonight because I'm sick and tired of this crap, and I'm sure all of you are. And you as American citizens should be sick and tired of going to work for a living and killing yourselves working. Well, the Federal Reserve System, which I will call too on this podcast, okay, that we are sick and tired of as a people. And they come SWAT team my house, put me in a concrete box, go right ahead. Been there, done that. Okay? Been there, done that. Let's call Kamala Harris's office her other office, because she's got so many offices. Let's call her other office. Let's see here what we get. Probably got the number one. Don't answer this guy's phone call. He's crazy. Call the San Diego office after this. Trust me. Want to be afraid, folks? You'll be real afraid when they put you in those FEMA camps.
Thank you for calling the
they got them all ready
office
for you.
of U.S. Senator Kamala D. Harris. If you have
blah, blah,
during normal business hours, all of our lines are
I am reaching you during normal business hours.
For our office hours and location, please press 1.
Yeah, location. I already got your location.
You may contact our San Francisco office by calling 415-981-9369 or by emailing casework.
I don't have that number, actually. Can you repeat that? I'm talking to a machine.
Senate.gov. You may also press 2 to be automatically transferred to our casework staff. To leave a legislative comment for Senator Harris, please press 3.
Repeat
to
that
hear
last
these
phone
options
number.
again, please press the star key. Thank you for your call.
No, star key. All right. There we go. Let's press the star key. She said I can call to ask questions at a certain number. I didn't get it. I was talking.
Your call cannot be transferred. Please try again later. Thank you.
There you go. It sounds like Amazon. Sounds like Google. But you stupid sheep, obey it. You love it. I need my Amazon package yesterday. All right, let's call the San Diego office. San Diego here. We're not going to stop here. We're going to do it all tonight. We're doing it all tonight on Blog Talk Radio, understanding the times in which we live. And there's nothing they could do to me. I mean, well, they can kidnap me, SWAT team my house, and swear, get a warrant for my arrest and kidnap me and throw me in prison, But I've been there and done that, folks. So let's try this San Diego office here. Hopefully, the same bitch answers the phone. The bitch of a mother she came from. That's what she is. You work for these people? You know what? You should be ashamed of yourself. Simple as that. Like the Nazis said. I was only doing what I was told. That don't cut it. That don't cut it anymore, folks.
Thank you for calling the office of U.S. Senator Kamala Harris. We welcome your calls and opinions. If your message is regarding casework assistance, please contact our casework staff via email at casework_harris@harris.senate.gov. If you are calling regarding a specific issue, we would like to remind you that you may also contact Senator Harris at www.harris.senate.gov. If you are requesting a call back, please leave a message with your name, phone number, and a brief description of the issue, and we will get back to you as soon as...
Shut up. They told me 2 weeks ago I cannot contact Kamala Harris. That's what they told me. If you go back in the archives of the show that I have here, blogtalkradio.com/Joseph Gibson, they said, no, Kamala Harris won't talk to you. That's what they told me. That's what they said. Go back and listen. But I've got many other numbers here to call here, and we'll take live callers. I'll press 1 if you got the balls to call in here tonight and not act stupid, of course. All right, let's see here. Let's call this number. All right. You know what? I want to talk to my United States representative who represents me. I know she's probably eating a $90 baked potato right now, and she's at a fundraiser dinner with people that are paying $2,000 for a steak dinner. I understand that. I get that. And I'm going to talk to the Federal Reserve in a few minutes here. There we go. Probably another voicemail. And they are open, because I'm calling from Greensboro, and they're in North Carolina. They got my number blacklisted. They said, oh, God, this guy's calling in again. And that's what they did. Arrest these people, citizens of America.
The office of U.S. Senator Kamala D. Harris.
Arrest these people. Arrest them.
Normal business hours,
they have lied to you. They are liars. Arrest them.
For our office hours and location, please press 1. For casework assistance, you may contact our San Francisco office by calling 415-981-9369 or by
9369. Okay, thank you for that phone number. I'll put you on hold. All right, I'll put you on hold, skank. All right, that's what you are. You're a prostitute. You're a prostitute. You work for a criminal. All right, skank. So collect your paycheck and understand that you are not understanding the times in which we live in today. Understand that. And you are a skank. You are. And I hope you're recording this. All right, let's call that number that she recommended here that I call. All right, let's see here. All right. It's amazing, though, how these people get on Fox News and CNN and stuff like that. But, you know, we the people, we can't talk to these people. We're not allowed to talk to these people because you want to know why? It's a big club, and you're not in it. You're not in it, folks. And until you wake up that you're not in the big club, then you are lost. Let's call that number she told me to call. Let's call it. Let's see what we get. She told me to call a number. Let me call that number. See what we get. Sounds like Amazon and Google to me. I can already know from previous.
Senator Harris, how can I help you?
Yes, how you doing? I was given your number to call. I called the San Diego office of Kamala Harris.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing tonight, ma'am?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. I just wanted to know what Kamala Harris's stance was on the border crisis in California and across the country. Can you comment on that? Are you allowed to comment on that? Because you're answering for Kamala Harris. That's what you said. I was just asking that question. May I, please?
Mm-hmm. Of course. I'm going to look up her current press releases. Do you mind holding 1 second?
Yeah, I'll hold. Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
I also want to ask about this the Second Amendment issue, what her stance is on the Second Amendment. If I'm on hold too long, I'll hang up and then call back, of course. So she's looking up her website. She answers the phone for Kamala Harris, by the way. That's what she said when she answered the phone, right? So she's looking up the website and press releases, of course, because she's paid to say what she's told to say. Isn't that a shame? Isn't that a shame, folks? They're probably listening to me right now, talking to you all out there. But isn't that a shame? Oh, they hung up. Oh, no, they didn't, actually. Hang on. All right, let's mute. Let's hang up. Let's go ahead and ask a direct question here. Well, I'll give her 30 more seconds. She didn't hang up, actually, yet. Someone else hung up. That's good. Get lost, trolls. I don't need trolls on the line tonight. I need real people. I need people who are willing to speak and speak their mind live on Understanding the Times in which we live in today. Oh, okay. Let's give her about 30 more seconds, and then I'll call her back and ask her another question. All right? Yeah, she's doing a lot of reading right now, probably. And this is what Amazon does. This is what Google does. And this is what a lot of other people do. Yeah, I know. I understand. I'm reading the chat room right now. Hello, Leroy Dickinson. Hopefully you'll call in tonight to the podcast. Interesting podcast here. All right. Let's put this number on hold. Let's put them on hold like they put me on hold and call them back. And tell them I was on hold for so long my arm fell asleep. Let's call them back. Let's do that. Wait, this is awesome. You won't get this on Fox News or CNN. I bet the same girl answers the phone. Or they subjected my number to blocking.
Thank you for calling the San Francisco office of United States Senator.
Oh, there we go.
We welcome your calls and opinions. Your messages regarding casework assistance, please call our office back between the hours of 8:30 a.m. and 5:30 p.m.
I'm calling your office
Leave
hours
a message
right
with your
now.
name, contact information, and a brief description.
Yeah. I've done that
You're
many
leaving
times.
a message
Let me put
regarding
you on hold. Let me waste as much time as you're wasting of mine. Hello, 415. There we go.
If you would like to leave a message.
Yeah. Visit Kamala Harris. Donate $8. Donate $8. Just donate. Yeah, I threw a $20 bill. I feel safe. I support Kamala Harris. I support Gillibrand. I support Yang. I support Biden. I support wacky fucking Bernie. I support Biden. Throw your $20 bills at these people who don't care about you. I'm proving it to you right now, live on this podcast show. This is not pre-recorded, you jackass in the chat room, you idiot. You know what? If you think this show is pre-recorded, then why don't you have the balls to call in 657-383-0616, you jackass in the chat room? No wonder why Blog Talk Radio get away with the chat room. Because you got idiots out there and you got trolls out there who have nothing to say whatsoever except post naked pictures, look at me, give me your credit card information, my name's Shannon, and I'll screw you all night long. Yeah, that's what the Internet's about. But they want to ban Alex Jones, Louis Farrakhan, and everybody else out there. But they won't ban the pornography sites that pop up all the time on my Twitter feed. Like, for instance, last night, before I went to sleep, I'm looking at my Twitter feed. I get a message. Hello, what's your name? Well, jackass, don't you see? Joseph Gibson. That's my name. Delete, bam, blocked, gone. But Facebook isn't doing nothing about that, are they? Of course not. They're not. Because like I've told you in the past, your world, and I'm going to get the callers here. I want to get the callers. The first caller is a private caller. I wonder how that's going to be. But let me play this for 3 minutes. for those of you jackasses out there. All right? Nobody got owned, idiot, in the chat room. What you are is you're a blog talk radio show troll. That's what you are, just like Johnny Longfeather and all the other idiots. But let me play. But look, folks, look, jackass. Let me tell you this right now. You're going to a FEMA camp. You're going. They're going to pull the rug out from underneath you. Your paycheck ain't going to matter. You're going to be microchipped in your forehead or your right hand. That's what's going to happen. Okay? You think it's funny? Laugh now, cry later. But let me play something for 3 minutes. 3 minutes. And then I'm going to take live callers, and then I want to call the Federal Reserve Banking Cartel again. All right? 3 minutes, and then I'm coming back on the line here. All right. Oh, hang on. Oh, that was the wrong one. Sorry, folks. That was the wrong one. I apologize. I'm losing my voice here, actually. I want to say hello to God's Rainbow Ministries. Hopefully he'll call in here tonight. Oh, Lord. All right, let's play this one here. Pay attention, dumb sheep. Bah.
I think at one time or another we've all questioned as to whether all that we see and are experiencing in our world has some sort of a rational plan behind it. Because we understand now that both the Republican and the Democratic Party in our country are basically run by the same people. The same money finances both sides. We now know, of course, through the work of many historians who have spent their life working on research to show us that both sides of world conflicts have always been financed by the same people. And as I've said before, there seems to be a method to the madness going on in the world. We know, of course, that we cannot depend on our leaders. Our leaders are misleaders. There is a science that they're following. They have their own agenda, and it doesn't include you. What your government pays for, it gets. If you are paid to do something for the government, they will extract from you exactly what they have paid for. When we understand that, then we look at universities and schools, government-financed institutions of education, and see the kind of students and the kind of education that's being turned out by these government-financed schools. Logic will tell you that if what is being turned out in those schools was not in accord with what the state and the federal government wanted, then it would change it. The bottom line is that the government is getting what they have ordered. They're getting what they have paid for. They do not want your children to be educated. They do not want you to think too much. That is why our country and our world has become so proliferated with entertainments, mass media, game shows, television shows, amusement parks, drugs, alcohol, and every kind of entertainment that keep the human mind entertained.
That's right, the human mind entertained. And I'm reading the comments in the chat room here. That's copyrighted. No, jackass. That goes from Infowars.com. I have copyright permission from Alex Jones, actually, and Edward G. Griffin. But you know what? Only the copyright holder can claim a copyright infringement. See, you don't even know what you're talking about, you jackass in the chat room. You don't even know because you're too busy posting pictures in chat rooms around Blog Talk Radio acting like a jackass. You don't know the truth. You don't know. You've never been to a public library. You've never studied anything. You're a jackass. That's what you are, you troll in the chat room. So, Joe, whatever, I'm an Acrat, whatever, and quote Tony's show. Look, Tony's show is a great show. It's an entertainment show. I love it on Sunday nights. It makes me laugh. But tonight, we don't do troll shows. We don't do entertainment. We talk about serious issues. And Tony Gaga supports my show. So get lost, you stupid trolls, that are in the chat room. Get lost. All right. Let's open up. Before we call the Federal Reserve here tonight live, let's take our first caller here. I see 336. I see a private caller, many private callers. But I'm going to take the first one, then 336. Private caller, go ahead. What do you got to say? What do you know? What do you say? Like Tony Gaga has to say. Trying to pay homage to Tony Gaga's show on Blog Talk Radio, by the way. But go ahead. What do you know? What do you want to say?
Joseph Gibson, I want to say today, May 6, 2019, Joseph Gibson, let me talk on the phone, on the show, the times in which we live in today. Let the record show, and let it be known and written down in history that from the greatest testimony that I'm about to give on behalf of the people from the Congo to the Bongo, and let's make a deal. According to the sign of the times in which we live in, live, kill, or be killed versus live and let live in one love. All hands on deck to Women That Concern and Mighty African Intelligence Network under the leadership of the Total Recall of the Ethiopian Empire, of which the matriarch seals the deal and allows us to heal. We are only here to help you remember what you forgot or what you refuse to recognize. Let's make a deal under kill or be killed behind door number 1. You have white power. Behind door number 2, it's black power, kill or be killed. Door number 3, live and let live. And one love under the People's Bloodless Revolution. It's time for us to do this. Live and let live. In one love, it's for everyone, no matter what color, remembers their humanity. More coming to the theater near you is the only part 1 I have to be short and sweet because I know many of you are a little slow, and I can only give you a little bit at a little time. Part 2 coming to the theater near you soon.
Well, I want to say, can I tell you this? They were talking on FM radio this morning about Nipsey Russell. They were talking about on FM radio, KC in the morning show.
I don't give a goddamn.
And that's awesome. That's a beautiful thing, right?
It is beautiful when a black man talks about it, or when it's a white man, it's racism.
Well, it was a white man that brought up Nipsey Russell, so hopefully that doesn't offend you, sir.
Joseph Gibson, live on the platform today, the times in which we live in, and I know you're in North Carolina, and you have not seen what I have seen from the Congo to the Bongo. These are the times in which we live in today, and live on the platform, you will know that the Ethiopian matriarch is here to conquer, to live and let live in the times in which we live in today on the platform.
Yeah, but the people of the Bongo and the Congo are not that's not what we're talking about here. How do we restore a civilized civilization? What are we going to do? Just let everybody go crazy? I mean, let everybody just let live and let love? That's not going to happen. You know that. Come on now. You know, we're gonna end up killing each other.
Well, look, a change of heart, choosing a new way of life of Nipsey Hussle. On behalf of the greatest funeral or going home to celebration, which was April 2019, that changed the game. East Coast Biggest Smalls under games with the blue bandana, Tupac Shakur West Coast with the red bandana, only because of Nipsey Hussle, not Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, Farrakhan, or Barack Obama, or Archita Vega. Even me did we bear more witness to the greatest international funeral or going home celebration on April 2019. That is a huge, big, extraordinary, and I'm only here to help you remember what you forgot or what you deliberately are attempting to ignore. What you're attempting to ignore is that for the first time in the history of America,
hang on, my friend. What I'm not trying to ignore is to expose the corporate government that is bankrupted and that's going to place us in FEMA camps because we're all one day away from broke. That's a fact. We're $400 away from being broke. If you were hit with a $900 well pump bill, you, without your family, would be broke. You know, And the problem is today we are broke as American society, morally, financially, bankrupted. And that was the last show I did where I brought on the Republic on Saturday night, sir.
Talking about.
Well, you don't give a damn. You will without electricity. Do you have electricity right now? Do you have electricity? Guess what? When your electricity is shut off for 30 days in a row, you will be crying to your federal government in America. You will be. You will be. You will be. And even I will be. Unless you have the contingency plan set in place. You know, that's what I'm trying to tell you, sir. And you're not getting it. You're talking about race. White, black, this, that, blah, blah, blah. That's not going to cut it, man. The corporate government is doing this on purpose. They're dividing us as a people. They're disarming us every single day. And that's why the First Amendment is so important and the Second Amendment is so important in the United States Constitution, in the United States of America. Now, you can talk about European invaders all you want, and you can talk about the Ethiopian Empire and blah, blah, blah and all that, but Ethiopia has the weakest military in the world. For God's sake, 79%, look it up on the Internet, of their people, 79% of their people are starving to death because they are worshiping the wrong God. They're sitting in the desert, starving to death. There is no Ethiopian empire right now. Simple as that.
Joseph Gibson, you represent the KKK because I'm talking about Nipsey Hussle.
I don't represent the KKK. No, I don't represent the KKK, sir. No. Let me cut you off. I do not represent the Ku Klux Klan. No, I do not. I do represent the Confederate flag and the Act at 1861, because ever since 1861, this country has been enslaved. No, this country was not fought over slavery. We need to restore the Constitution. If you read the Constitution and our politicians read the Constitution and obey the Constitution, we can have a beautiful place in America. Simple as that, sir. Fact, underlining fact. And if you got a different document that tells me different, then please tell me. But don't tell me about the European invaders. Look, I don't want to hear that.
Well,
you tell me if you have a different document in place that can create life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness for all men, and we are created and endowed by our Creator. If you could tell me under the Constitution or a different Constitution, a different document that says we all have the right to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness, then I am welcome to hear that document. I am willing to put that on the record right now.
Let's put this on the record. A change of heart, choosing a new way of life on behalf of Nipsey Hussle. Never in the history of the United States of America.
All right. What is the matriarch? Explain the matriarch. What is the matriarch? If the matriarch is willing to give me as an individual human being, whether black or white, Hispanic, yellow, green, purple, alien from up above, what flat earth society, what all these beliefs are, anti-Jew, whatever, Hamas, Prophet Muhammad, Buddha, and all the other 121 religions out there, if you could tell me the matriarch says we all are endowed to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and give me a document to prove that, then I say, God bless you, and let's bring the matriarch in. But you haven't done that, sir. You haven't done that. Give me a document. Give me your proposal that says we're all endowed by our Creator, like my Constitution. And I'll abandon my Constitution. I'll say, wow, the matriarch is a great idea. Tell me something.
Would you let me talk?
The matriarch. Tell me something. Because what you're saying is the European invader came over here, blah, blah, blah. And, but I don't care if you're black or white or Chinese or whatever, but the matriarch, the European invader is an evil man. The white people they're evil. And all you're doing, sir, is feeding into the atrocity and hypocritical nonsense that we're all feeding into with the Republican and Democratic corporation that we have here in America. And that's what I was trying to bring up is the Republic, and we've been hijacked since the year 1861. And if you go back and look at the congressional record, look it up on the internet, you'll see what the congressmen of that day were debating about. It wasn't about the blacks need to be free. That's what the war was about. I present a Confederate flag, and let's go to war with the North when the North owned more slaves than the South. Let's tear down the statues in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Let's rip down the statues. They represent racism. That's all nonsense, sir. That's all nonsense. This is the corporate media brainwashing you.
N-word. You just called me the N-word.
I did? I called you the N-word. Well. If you think I called you the N-word, then if I offended you under the Constitution, I apologize. But you know what? The N-word is used in your music today if you're a black individual. It's used in your music if you're a white individual.
What do you mean
nigga. Yeah, I'm going to run nigga. But if you say the word nigga, I'm offended. You're a racist. SWAT team is house. Come on, man. This is not what I'm talking about. That's a bunch of bullshit, what you just brought up right there.
Let me tell you something.
I never said the word, the N-word. Don't you say I said that. Don't you dare.
You said it 20 times.
Well, I said it 20 times because I presented facts and history to you. Then you know what? History is true to be true, and you need to understand history to understand the times in which we live in today. And when you understand the times in which we live in today, then, only then, we as a people can look forward to tomorrow. And that goes for black, Chinese, Hindus, Muslims, everybody. We can look forward to tomorrow. And I'm not trying to create a new world order here, because I'm going to tell you right now, we all are sovereign individuals. You're a sovereign citizen. And therefore, you should not be persecuted because of your sovereign justice. And we went over that on Saturday night with the Republic. And I'm going to have them back on my show in the future, by the way. So, before I get to 336, that's been waiting a while here, and I see other callers, and I already know who you are, blah, blah. Just hang up. I don't even think I'm going to get to you. But I see 336. How in America can we fix the current situation we're in? Are you going to call the white people evil like Louis Farrakhan, and are you going to divide the people, or are we going to unify together? Caller, private caller, how are you going to unify in the matriarch the people around the world today? How can the matriarch do that? That's my question. Can you answer that question? That question.
You not hear what I said earlier?
Oh, I did hear what you said. I asked you a question.
What I said.
Can you answer the question?
Okay.
How can the matriarch unite
the
us all?
If you let me talk. Let me talk. Be quiet. Never in the history of the United States of America, it's just a testimony, the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, no matter if you're black or white man or a woman. Only Nipsey Hussle, not my father, grandfather, great-grandfather of yours, will ever be celebrated in a funeral or celebration in Madison Square Garden or the Staples Center. Never in the history of the United States of America. Nipsey Hussle changed the game. All NBA players from Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell, Kobe Bryant.
Is Nipsey Hussle alive today, or was she prophesied? Is she alive today, Nipsey Hussle? Well, that was one of the main questions on FM radio here, FM radio today. Is Nipsey Hussle alive today?
As I open up Pandora's box and break the Da Vinci Code of the
Oh, boy, you can't answer. You sound like a Democrat and a Republican, my friend. You sound like a Democrat and a Republican. You won't answer the question. Is Nipsey Hussle alive today?
Don't you love it?
Is Nipsey Hussle alive today?
Joseph Gibson, I don't give a goddamn about
Lord.
Supremacists, KKK.
Lord, here we go. White supremacy. Yeah, all right. Yeah, my white supremacy. I asked you a question, and you failed to answer that, sir. I asked you a question as a moderator of understanding the times in which you live in today. Help us understand the times in which you live in today. Is Nipsey Hussle alive today?
Live on the platform.
Yes or no?
Live. You're a racist.
No answer. All right, no answer. Okay. I just wanted to know if Nipsey Hussle was alive because I'd like to get her on the program. I would love to get Nipsey Hussle on the program. That's all I'm saying. Who is Nipsey Hussle? A lot of people want to know. That was my question. But nobody seems to answer questions. Instead, they want to say, you're a racist. You're a racist. You're a racist. Well, if I'm a racist, then God be it. Simple as that. But I'm not a racist. I don't believe my race should be supreme over anyone else. I believe in the Lord Jesus Christ, and He is the way, the truth, and the light. Simple as that. And we went over that many times on this podcast.
Jesus Christ was a black man. Jesus Christ was a black man.
But when I ask callers a direct question, they cannot answer that question. So, what I want to do is leave this caller on the line here, and I want to connect 336. 336. Go ahead. Unmuted.
Hey, how you doing tonight? Yeah. I don't know what's going on, man. It's a wild show. It's a wild chat room. We've got idiots out there. We got your number one fans out there, in fact. All they do is come out there in the chat room, put you down, but yet they keep coming back. They love you. They're in love with your voice. I bet if they could marry your voice, they would.
Amazing
and
how
they would replicate
coming back
themselves.
to Johnny Longfeathers and the JSA2s. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, what they're doing is they're all looking for a safe place to hide away because their feelings got butt hurt. But, this ain't the safe place for you because this is where you're going to get told the truth whether you like it or not. And whether you agree with it or not, you're just going to get told you're going to get told how the feelings and opinion of the host is and what the guests are. If you don't like that, and you're more worried about your LGBTQT and everything else that turns you red, go do what you did in 2016 and smash your brand new plasma TV or something. Because, while you're sitting around polishing all your participation trophies, we're out here doing something with our lives besides going in other chat rooms and calling shows and prank calling them, just trying to get the host mad. And not a single one of these son of a bitches got enough damn guts. Hey, I will use the word nigger in vain because that's what you're acting like as a nigger. Look up the definition. You know what? And if you look up the synonym to nigger, it won't show you nothing because there's only one word for a nigger, and you are that word, a nigger. Not a nigger, a nigger. Okay? How many words do black people have for white people when they don't like them? Honky, pinky, cracker, gringo if you're Mexican. But they can use all of them all day long on national TV. Red Fox can say nigger all night long on his Sanford and Son. But you let one damn white son of a bitch use the word nigger out of context, and oh, hell, he's racist. His house is getting burnt down and everything else. Grow a set of nuts. Get out of your grandma's basement. She's tired of giving you fucking root beers. Goddamn, she's old. She's got a walker. Go out and get a job. You're done playing Call of Duty. You suck at it anyway, okay? Get a life. And that's for all you son of a bitches out there in the chat room that think you know everyone's private personal information. You're out there posting it like it's not public record, like you've done something. Not a single damn one of you would ever step up to meet anybody on a damn street corner any damn way. So you're puffing your chest out like you're a keyboard Rambo, and you wouldn't do a damn thing to back it up because you can't even wipe your own asses yet. So sit back, enjoy the damn show, and if you got a damn problem with me or Joseph Gibson or anybody else out here, and you think you're froggy just for one goddamn minute, you step up, you get your ass in your damn hybrid or your motorcycle, your bicycle, whatever, get your grandmother to drive you to a damn street corner somewhere, and you'll find out how a real man acts. Because your pussy asses are not real men. You're a pathetic excuse for what a man is supposed to be. Because if you were any type of man, you wouldn't be out here insulting for someone giving their own damn opinion.
Amen. Amen to that. You're absolutely correct. I mean, I know you used a little foul language there. I know you went off there, Leroy.
Well,
but I appreciate your voice.
It.
I appreciate your voice. I do. I appreciate your voice. I really do. 321 wants to join in here. 321, because you know, a Blog Talk Radio attacks me a lot. Joseph Gibson says he has 250 callers, but I call in a lot, and I get through. You know, I hear all the nonsense out there. iHeartRadio is where I think I'm going to go at next. iHeartRadio, the same radio podcast of Glenn Beck and Rush Limbaugh, actually. Oh, wow, Joseph Gibson will be a part of that? Oh, wow. That's right. That's what I'm looking into. iHeartRadio, it's a free podcast. It's a radio network. Because these Blog Talk trolls that are programmed to call into the show or be in the chat room, like you said, Leroy, should be ashamed of themselves. And we did a real professional show on Saturday night with the Republic. If you listened, the governor of the free state of Colorado. And I want to say hello to the Republic friends out there that are listening here tonight. And we're going to get the voice out. We're going to wake people up. We're going to restore the Republic. Restore the Republic. And I don't care if you call me a racist. I don't care if I'm the Ku Klux Klan network. All right, I call the Ku Klux Klan live on this show. You know, all I'm trying to do is wake you people up, and you don't get it. You just don't get it. You don't understand. You just don't get it. And you still don't get it. And a lot of my friends don't get it. So let's take 321 here. 321. Private callers, all you private callers out there, you're going to have to wait. Go ahead, 321. Let's see what this is probably let's see what this individual has to say. 321, you're unmuted. Go ahead.
Good evening, Mr. Gibson. This is Leroy. I've called before the name Eugene, but Eugene is my middle name. I'm Leroy Eugene, and I'm down here in Titusville, Florida. And I wanted to know that if you run for office, I'm going to move to North Carolina and vote for you because you're the real deal, and I think everything you say is correct. And I want to run for the free state of Florida or move to North Carolina, and I want to be your vice president or your vice governor or your vice congressman or whatever. I'm with you, man.
Well, I appreciate your call. I really do. I appreciate your support. And if you don't mind hanging on here, I'll tell you what. What I'm going to do is the most popular show I've done in the last 12 months was calling the Federal Reserve banking cartel. And that's what I'm going to do.
You got threatened.
Right now,
you got threatened.
Live. I'm going to call the Federal Reserve banking cartel and see what we get. Hang on here. I'm typing in the number. Yep, I appreciate that. And you know what? We need to restore our republic. We need to restore a sound monetary system. And, hey, look, I appreciate the calls here. I appreciate the support, and even in the chat room, I appreciate the support, and I appreciate Leroy calling in. But let's call the Federal Reserve banking cartel and see what we get. Let's just see. The Federal Reserve banking cartel that owns all of us. And I've got two other numbers I can also call. So let's see what we get here. It says on the Internet, call us, the Federal Reserve. Call us. So let's call them live.
Is this live?
No, this is live,
not
sir.
Recorded, right?
Here we go. We're live.
Okay.
Thank you for calling Treasury Retail Securities.
Oh,
effective May 2019, new.
All right, you see that was
weird.
A scam phone number that I got here, but I've got other numbers here to call. No, we are live. We are 100% live. If you go to blogtalkradio.com/Joseph Gibson, you'll understand that we're live here. And let's see here. Let's call another number here. For the Federal Reserve Banking Cartel. And they threatened me a month ago on my show and said I'm going to be dealt with. So we'll see what they have to say. I love this, man. I love this. You know, I'm the only Blog Talk Radio show that does this. And all of you out there that are listening in the chat room, you know I'm the only Blog Talk Radio show that does this and calls these people live. Let's call the Federal Reserve Banking Cartel and see what happens.
You have reached the Federal Reserve Meet Me conference. Please enter your 6-digit PIN.
I don't have one.
I'm sorry, your PIN was entered incorrectly. Please try again.
Well, we received. We reached.
I'm sorry
the
you're having
Reserve
trouble.
Bank.
Please.
Hang on.
For further assistance. Thank you. Goodbye.
Yeah, I'll hang on. Just hang on, folks. All right. Federal Reserve Banking Cartel.
If you are calling regarding paper savings bonds, select 2. If you are calling
my birth certificate. I'm calling regards to my birth certificate number. Excuse me. Let's try another number here. For the Federal Reserve Banking Cartel. The Federal Reserve Banking Cartel. I'm sure we can get a hold of somebody live. All right, I'm typing in the number right now. And see, we're live. We are live for the people out there. We are 100% live. This is not pre-recorded. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to get in. So let's try here. Federal Reserve Banking Cartel, another number here. Federal Reserve Banking Cartel. Let's try it.
The extension number of the person you are calling, please enter it now. To access our names directory, press the pound sign. If you need to speak to board law enforcement, please press 7. If you are a board employee on travel, press 9. If you would like to leave a message for a return call, please press 0.
No. All right. I guess they're not going to get to it. You see, they probably know my number, so they're probably saying this guy does a podcast show, and we don't want to talk to him. All right. Well, I got one more number here to call. Yeah. Well, I'm not selecting nothing. How about that?
If you know your party's extension, select 1. If you are calling regarding paper savings bonds,
that's the Federal
select
Reserve,
2.
Folks. That's the Federal Reserve. Remember, they own you. They control you. They own you. It's a big club, and you're not in it. All right, let's see. Let's try California one more time here. It's still business hours out in California, so let's try. All right, 231. You got to remember here, I'm not Fox News. I'm not scripted. They're not reading from it. We're not reading from a teleprompter. We are 100% live. I don't read from a teleprompter. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Let's try this number here out in California. It's 3 hours. Oh, could be too late. Oh. All right. Let me cancel out that number. Hang on here real quick. Let me see here. All right. Oh, Lord. I got too many numbers on my call screen here. All right. Let's see here. Call failed. All right. Let's cancel that call. Let's call this number again. Let's call Federal Reserve again. Let's call California. I probably got too many people on my line here tonight, so it might not get through. And that's Blog Talk Radio for you. And that's Blog Talk Radio. Can only handle so many callers. Hello? Hang on.
Comments, opinions, or what concerns, you can leave them here. If you have any questions or concerns regarding casework or need of casework assistance, please contact our San Francisco office at 415-981-9369. Thank you, and have a great rest of the day.
I've done that already. Let's see if we can get connected here. No, we're not going to get connected. Understanding the times in which you live in today, worldwide, blogtalkradio.com/Joseph Gibson. You're live on the air. Obviously, you don't want to handle our concerns or our readdresses to the government as a people, and I will forward this on social media. And so contact Zuckerberg. Maybe he'll ban my Facebook account. Who knows? He'll put me in Facebook prison. But anyway, I can't get a hold of anybody, so thank you for your time. I appreciate it. I'm going to mute your number right now. You'll hang up, of course, when you're ready. All right, and there we go. I left them a voicemail. All right, she told me a number to call, so let's call that number. We've done that already once. Well, let's see what happens.
These people are afraid.
They don't care about you, sir. These people don't care about you. They don't care about you. You can call Amazon about your DVD that you bought. You can call Amazon about your little pair of sneakers you bought. These people don't care about you, and that's my point here. I'm trying to let you know this, and I'm calling these people live on my podcast. This isn't the Glenn Beck Show. This isn't Dana Perino on Fox News, Fox and Friends. I'm calling these people live for you, to show you that they don't care about you. But yet they put these stories up. The soldier, tunnel for people. The soldiers get their arms and legs blown off. I'm on Fox News. Sheriff Steve Reed, he's willing to go to prison in Colorado for not upholding the Constitution and what the governor says. Look, I'm doing this for you people to show you that Fox News, CNN, your local corporate news media outlets are phony. It's full of shit. If I told them that I had a major story, they wouldn't listen. How about we do that? Let's call them right now. Let's call them.
They're afraid.
They are afraid. Hello? Hello, how you doing, ma'am?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing all right. I just wanted to know, I'm speaking to one of the offices of Kamala Harris, correct?
This is her San Francisco office.
Excuse me, I didn't hear you. I'm sorry. You're breaking up on me. These cell phones are crazy.
This is the San Francisco office, yes.
Oh, the San Francisco office, Kamala Harris. I was just wondering, what's her stance, on impeaching Donald Trump? Because I'm a supporter of Kamala Harris, and I was just wondering, and especially her stance on the border crisis and what's going on. Is the border a crisis?
Oh, sorry. Did you call earlier? I think that our call got dropped.
Yes, it did. I did call earlier. I'm calling actually from across the country, 3,000 miles away. I'm calling from North Carolina. I'm not going to lie to you. But when Kamala Harris comes to North Carolina, I will support her as much as I can, but I just need to know that what her stance is and her opinion is on the border crisis.
Absolutely. So Senator Harris believes that there are human rights abuses. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. I'm sorry. I apologize. Yes,
sorry,
I'm here.
What was that?
No, I'm here. I'm sorry. That was my cell phone breaking up. I apologize. I'm calling from North Carolina, like I told you. I just wanted to know her stance on the border crisis.
So Senator Harris believes that there are human rights abuses happening on the border. She does have some legislation up. I'm just bringing them up. 1 second. One of them is a Detention Oversight Not Expansion Act, otherwise known as the DUN Act. Another one is the Keep Families Together Act. So she condemns the zero tolerance policy that the Trump administration has imposed on the border.
But can I ask you a question? No, these people, they come over the border and they say, I'm seeking asylum, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And some of them are like coyotes and stuff like that are kidnapping children and just trying to get over the border. How is her policy going to address that?
Sorry, could you repeat that? I'm sorry.
Well, what I'm saying is there are people that are coming over the border that I watched.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying what I heard on CNN and Fox News. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not on the border, but from what I saw on I watched the morning news. I watched CNN. I watched Fox News. And I saw Kamala Harris on Fox News. And actually, they did a good job covering her, actually. I appreciate that because I support Kamala Harris. But these people, they come over the border and they say, I seek asylum, I'm in danger, and they're holding 3 children, and they're not really their children. But what do we do about that? Do we just release those people into our communities? I mean, how is that going to be addressed?
I don't think I can speak for that specific issue, as the senator hasn't released any current policy relating to that specific issue. I don't know if there is a specific case, but I can only tell you what.
No, I agree with you. I didn't point out a specific case. I appreciate that. You're right. I apologize for putting you in that position. But as far as a specific case on the Second Amendment, the San Diego shooting, for instance, what's Kamala Harris's, if you don't mind me asking, again, not to take too much of your time, what's her position on the Second Amendment? I mean, does she believe that we should have an assault rifle ban and we should get rid of all assault rifles, even for law-abiding citizens?
So Kamala Harris does believe in protecting the Second Amendment. She herself does have a handgun, but she also believes in comprehensive gun control laws.
So what kind of gun? So for instance, I'm not a convicted felon. I'm a law-abiding citizen. Does Kamala Harris believe that I should own an AR-15? Just hypothetically, would you mind answering that question, if you don't mind?
I don't believe that I can answer hypotheticals because I can only give out current legislation and press releases that the senator has released.
I totally understand, and I'm not trying to put you in a hard position here, but let's. My name is Joseph Gibson. I'm calling from North Carolina. I'm a law-abiding citizen, and I own an AR-15. Okay, and would Kamala Harris take that away from me? I will obey the law by all means whatsoever. Will she take that away from me if she's elected president? That's my main concern, if you don't mind me asking. Okay, all right, that call dropped. All right, she dropped. Well, that call dropped, folks. That call dropped. Let's call that number back. Let's call it back again because that call dropped for some reason. Let's call that number back because I had a specific question to ask. I'm a law-abiding citizen. I own an AR-15. Would Kamala Harris, as president, take my guns from me? That was a serious question, and the call mysteriously hung up. We're live on Understanding the Times in which you're living today. We'll call that number back again. Let's call that number back and see what we get. Because you know what? That's what we do on Understanding the Times in which we live in today, unlike other Blog Talk Radio show hosts. So let's do that. Let's call back. Probably got my number blocked. They're screening it right now as we speak. They're screening the number as we speak, folks. So this could be very interesting, actually.
If your message is regarding casework assistance, please call our office.
Yeah, they sent me to a voicemail.
Or leave a message with your name, contact information, and a brief description.
They sent me to a voicemail. They sent me to a voicemail, folks. They sent me to a voicemail. You see? You see, folks? They're not going to answer serious questions. But you watch your CNN and Fox News, don't you? You watch it. You watch your Facebook posts, don't you? But who calls these people live? Who calls them live? I just got a live person from Kamala Harris's office live on this podcast show, Understanding the Times in which you live in today. And I was asking serious questions, and they knew they were live on the air. They're not stupid. They got the satellites in the sky. They're watching me right now. They're listening to me, folks. But I'm doing this for you. You see? But you dumb jackasses out there in the chat room, pre-recorded. I'm not pre-recorded. This is 100% live. All you got to do is call in right now, 657-383-0616. It's 8:11 p.m. on the East Coast. Call in live if you got the guts or the balls to call in live. But I know if Fox News wanted you to call in live, you'd be happy to sit there and sit there with your legs crossed with 40 pounds of makeup on. Yeah. I did that last week. Yep. I tried to save the police officer the best I could. Hang on, period. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to read that. Edit that. Well, that's your live, and you love your fake news. Breaking alert! Hamas is firing 700 rockets into Israel. Breaking alert! Let's go back and let's count the rockets. There were actually only 232 rockets fired. Count them. I counted them. But you see, Fox News this morning, alert! Fox alert! Fox alert! Fox and Friends, tune in to Fox and Friends. They'll tell you the truth. Unbelievable. But our voices are being silenced as we speak. On Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, we are being silenced. Podcasts like mine are being silenced. That's why it's so important for you to call in while you can and give a live voice. All right, let's go to 509. 509, let's see what you got to say. You want to argue with me tonight? 509, go ahead. Area code 509. I know I surprised you there. Area code 509. I don't want to give out your whole number here. But area code 509, I actually have 3 509s, but let me mute you, and then you'll hear the unmuted. Area code 509. Go ahead. You want to talk here? Understanding the times in which you live in today? All right, 509 doesn't want to talk. I guess I shut him up, basically, because I told him the facts. Why don't you go turn on Fox News and CNN? Yeah, Wall Street's trading with you. They're trading with you. Yeah. Just get a copy of your birth certificate, because that's all you can get is a copy of your birth certificate. That's all you can get. And it'll have the bank routing numbers in the right-hand corner. And Walmart, Target, Home Depot, Lowe's, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, SunTrust, BB&T, they're trading with you because you're a slave. They own you. It's a big club. You're not in it. You're not in it. Trust me. All right. Oh, boy. Let's see. Press 1 if you want to get on the queue here tonight. Press 1. Press 1 one time, and I'll get you on right now. We're going to take live. I'm not calling anybody else tonight, so don't get scared and run away. Oh, my God, Joseph Gibson is calling the Federal Reserve. Oh, my God. I don't want my number associated with that. Press the number 1, and I will get you on here. All right, 509, I already put you on. Private caller. You've been waiting a while. Go ahead, private caller. All right, private caller don't want to talk. Maybe nobody wants to talk. That's fine. What's the matter? Maybe Blog Talk is blocking you. Who knows? Leroy, you still there, Leroy?
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right. Well, I'm going to give you the floor here to talk because a lot of my callers are dropping. 509 took off. Hang on, Leroy. I got a private caller that just queued in. But
go ahead.
if you want me, all right, okay, all right. I just want to make sure because you've been hanging on here. Because a lot of people get scared when I start calling these politicians. Oh my God, he's calling
I'm just sitting back. I'm actually
I don't want
working.
to be involved in that.
I'm getting paid here to sit here and listen to you. So I mean, go ahead, take as many callers as you want.
All right, let's take a private caller. Go ahead, private caller. Go ahead, private caller. Unmuted.
The Ethiopian matriarch.
And then I got 720 after you. Go ahead, private caller, and then 321. Go ahead.
Joseph Gibson, you know goddamn well who this is. And you have the audacity.
Well, I don't damn God, sir. I don't damn God at all, sir. So watch your mouth before you carry on, or otherwise I'll mute you and hang up on you. I don't damn God at all. So don't you dare say that.
That
so go
is
ahead
the same
and
as that person needs to go, hello, Joe.
Yeah, I agree.
Just change his voice.
Joseph Gibson, let me tell you something. And Dr. Leroy, who had the audacity to use the N-word 27 times on May 6, 2019. Who said that? Who said that?
I don't know. Maybe it was a nigger.
Dr. Leroy said that. And you know, the word nigger, if that offends you, then stop using it in your own community if you're offended by it.
I never used that
Simple
word.
as that.
You goddamn racist.
All right. I don't damn God. I'm sorry. I got to mute you, sir. I got to mute you. I don't damn God at all. So that's foul language. 720. Go ahead. 720. Live on Blog Talk Radio, understanding the times in which we live in. Hopefully you got something positive to accrue here tonight to the podcast.
Okay, Joseph Gibson, and I plugged this show so many times. We're supposed to be friends. At first we weren't friends. You know, at first we weren't friends, but then we were. He listens to my show. He's a fan, and I'm trying to be nice. And every time I'm trying to be nice, somebody's going to come around and fuck with me. They're going to fuck with me and fuck with my shit. All this shit.
Tony, hang on. Tony, hang on. I plugged your show tonight. I told you I was nice and we were friends. Please. I love you, brother. I love your program and your podcast. I appreciate you calling in. I really do.
And you talked about my dead mother. You said shitty things about people. And I'm so fucking... You shut up.
Tony, calm down, Tony. Calm down. I'm your friend, brother. I'm your friend on podcast. Trust me. I'm your friend, brother. All right? Just calm down.
About my dead mother. Elaine, I can't calm down. I'm pissed. My nose is starting to bleed. My fucking nose is starting to bleed. I hope you son of a bitch. You
need more iron in your diet.
Pretty Donnie, okay? He's talked shit, and then I get a message sent to me from J-Bo. J-Bo, she's very upset. J-Bo said, shut up, computer. J-Bo said that this fucking, you gotta laugh, Joseph, you fuck, said, oh, Joseph Gibson, I guess, sent a letter to J-Bo, an email to J-Bo and said, the Cadillac Joe, who's also a friend of mine, who's also dead, that my mother used to suck his dick and kiss me on the lips and say bye to me before work. You son of a bitch! You have no...
Well, did you take them vitamins with a smile?
That's Tony Gaga, folks. Tony Gaga. You know, hey, I got to appreciate Tony Gaga. I think he and I are at war again. I hope not. But Tony Gaga from the Tony Show on Sunday nights, hopefully he and I are not at war again. So I certainly hope not. I never tried to offend Tony, did I, folks? Did I at all offend?
It's probably not Tony, Joe. It's probably somebody with the voice changer.
Maybe that's not the real Tony Gaga. You're right. I don't know, but Tony Gaga. Look, Tony. I love the Tony Gaga show. It is an inspiration on a Sunday night. You need a good laugh. I mean, but I don't know if that was really Tony Gaga or not. I don't know. But Tony Gaga broadcasts podcasts on Blog Talk Radio on Sunday nights. He usually does it after my show, which I appreciate, by the way, at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So Tony Gaga, you got to love Tony Gaga. I mean, I think he's a little upset tonight. He was on a cruise a couple weeks ago. He caught something from a woman, so maybe that's making him crazy. I don't know, but he went on a cruise about 3 weeks ago, and he didn't do a show the following Sunday. But Tony Gaga, look, I love you, man. I love you. You're a friend of mine, and I love your podcast. I do. And we need to get you on Howard Stern, and get you worldwide, because you're an awesome entertainment podcast. I mean, we talk about serious issues here on Joseph Gibson's show, Understanding the Times in Which You Live In. But Tony Gaga will give you a laugh. I mean, he's got a great voice. He does. And how he does his podcast, how he handles it, I must say, hats off to Tony Gaga. So for anyone that slandered me to Tony Gaga, shame on you. And we'll find out who you are. We will. All right, let's get to some more callers. 952. Go ahead. What do you know? What do you say? Like Tony Gaga says.
That's pretty funny, Joseph Gibson. Hello, this is Frank Gillespie. I thought that was hilarious, the way you said it, like Tony, but you said it better. And
thank you. I appreciate that.
I think it's upsetting to me.
Some people call it a Kaiser blade. I like to call it a sling blade. Mm-hmm.
Dr. Leo, I think you're the smartest man I ever know. You're real smart. I'm sorry, Joseph, but I think he's a little bit smarter than you.
Well, I know Leroy. Sir, I know Leroy is not a troll. I know that for a fact. Okay, so he's taking his time out to listen to this podcast. But what do you think about the Federal Reserve and the calls I made tonight? I mean, let's get back to the origin of this show. What do you think? I mean, do you feel you're a slave to the Federal Reserve banking cartel?
No doubt we're all slaves to the Federal Reserve. You know how I feel about gun control? Gun control is using two hands. That's gun control.
Well, I talked about that. I tried to ask Kamala Harris's office about gun control. I did do that a few weeks ago on my podcast, and they said Kamala Harris's office, not Kamala Harris herself. Not herself, but the representatives, I want to clarify this for the idiots that call in the Tony Gaga show and say, Joseph Gibson called Kamala Harris, and Kamala Harris never said anything. No. The representatives of Kamala Harris said that if she was to be elected president, they would confiscate our weapons. That's what they said 2 weeks ago on my podcast. And I tried to get a question in here tonight with Kamala Harris. It's too late to call back right now. It's after business hours. I think I need to do a show about maybe 2 o'clock in the afternoon and maybe just call people and pre-record it and then play it back for all of you. Because everyone's saying, you're pre-recorded. Maybe I need to do pre-recorded. So you idiots out there who are trolls who attack me on the internet, well, like I said, I'll leave the porch light on for anybody. Come on by. Hey, North Carolina. Until we get these socialists to take over, guess what? North Carolina, the statute is still the same. You don't have to retreat. It's a stand your ground state. If you come on my private property, I have a right, if I believe you're trying to commit a felony or a misdemeanor, to whack you. Okay? So I'll leave the porch light on for anyone who wants to come by. Anyone. You know what? I am well regulated and well ready. So I just want to let the trolls know that in the chat room. Okay? And I'm not afraid to say that because I've got sheriffs across the country that are listening in who will download my podcast that I'm in contact with, including my local sheriff. I'm not going to name any names. We speak in private, and we know what's going on, and we know what's happening. And that's why we talk about the Federal Reserve, and we did a very important show with the governor of the free state of Colorado on Saturday night. Go back and listen to that show. All right? Your corporation, folks, is bankrupted. Bankrupted. And they're going to go after Venezuela. They're going to go after Iran. Okay? You see it on your fake news right now. They're going after them because they need to create a World War III because the Federal Reserve is bankrupted. They sold your birth certificate 10 times to 20 times over. That's why they brought down the Twin Towers. 9/11 was an inside job. Okay? They blew up the Twin Towers because your birth certificates and the bonds of the United States Corporation was in the basement of the Twin Towers. Look it up. Google it. You know what? Even Google will give you the information. Go to other search engines. There are other search. I got friends out there right now, even Dr. Leroy. Go to other search engines and look it up. 9/11 was an inside job. Why the hell did we go after Osama when the Saudi Arabians were the ones who flew the planes into the World Trade Center? Well, we go to Afghanistan.
19 of them. 19 of them.
Yeah, that's right. 19 of them. I'm glad you agree. 19 of them were from Saudi Arabia, CIA trained. Okay?
I've always agreed it may have been an inside job.
The reason why we need to go into Afghanistan, because, listen, this is very important for those of you out there. Very important. And you can look it up if you don't believe me. We went into Afghanistan for the Caspian oil pipeline. Look it up. Look it up. And, of course, the poppy fields. We know the opioid crisis going on in America. Oh, the opioid crisis. Oh, the opioid crisis. Meanwhile, our troops, if you talk to any soldier, and I've had soldiers on this program years ago, Sean Rowe, U.S. Army veteran, Veterans Against ISIS, that came on and said the Iraq war was a bunch of bullshit. The Afghanistan war was a bunch of bullshit. He blew it wide open. He was on the O'Reilly factor before O'Reilly got kicked off because of the Me Too movement. Okay? Sean Rowe, go back in the archive, 2015. But I'm telling you right now here tonight, Afghanistan, Caspian oil pipeline. A struggle between Russia, China, and the United States. Who are the most world trade arms traders in the world today? The 5 permanent members of the United Nations Security Council. France, England, United States. Count. That's 3, right? England, Russia. Okay? Excuse me, I may have been a little bit off there. China, Russia, England, the United States, and France are the United States arms traders of the World United Nations. It's a new world order, folks, and you're not going to be a part of it. And you need to wake up. And I've been in private conversation with people from around the country over these past couple weeks again. And I can't say what they told me. They told me in confidence some things. But I'm going to tell you some of those things right now. Excuse me. The United States is bankrupt. We're $22 trillion in debt. How long do you think this charade is going to continue with printing money? How long do you think it's going to continue? How long do you think before we have a Wall Street crash? And if you go back to 2008, the banker bailout, there's going to be no more bailouts, folks. Donald Trump was conditioned to be president 3 years before he was to become president. That's what I was told from individuals of certain individual areas of this country. Look, and you can say, yeah, you're crazy, you're a conspiracy theorist, blah, 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 blah. Look, we all know the house of cards is going to fall. And what will you do when it falls? What will you do? You're going to go to a FEMA camp? Go to usarmy.org. Look up FEMA camps. Look it up. I post it all the time on Facebook. Oath Keepers blog. Okay? I post it all the time because we're waking people up in the military to understand the times in which we live in today. And many of you don't get it. All right, let's take some more callers here. We got some more time here. It's your show here tonight. All right. 210, if you want to talk, go ahead. What do you say? What do you know? Like Tony Gaga said.
Yeah, Tony Gaga. That Tony Gaga call that called in earlier, that was a pre-recorded from last night's show. Okay.
Well, thank you for letting me know that. I didn't know that. I apologize. I didn't know. I guess Tony Gaga's mad at me, right?
well, yeah. I wanted to ask you. You don't have a Discord chat room, do you?
Yes, I do actually. But I haven't logged into it since last week, actually.
Oh, okay. Well, because somebody has been impersonating you into that chat room. Okay, and
wow.
Yeah, okay, and I was in it, and then
kind of like
sudden,
they do you, kind of like they do you, God's Rainbow Ministries, right? Kind of like how they do you.
Yeah, and there were some things that was brought up to question, okay, and I was like, there's no way I'm going to say this on air on my program or any other program unless I confirm it with Joseph Gibson himself, okay? Because I don't trust people in Discord, okay? And it's a good thing that I didn't, okay? Trust that it was you because it's evidently it wasn't you, okay?
I swear to you, brother. I swear to you, last night I was not even on the internet at all. I swear to you that in Jesus' name, okay?
Well,
and you know how I believe in Jesus.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't tell you because I've been kicked. I was kicked out of your Discord chat room. Okay, by somebody. I don't know who.
Well, God's Rainbow Ministries. This is Blog Talk's mistake for screwing up our chat rooms. That's what this is. And I post it on social media all the time. The responses I get: "Hi, Joseph. I hope you updated Java and this and that. I hope your Blog Talk's working." And I posted this on my Facebook page, my Twitter page. Your Blog Talk Radio has been sold out because I believe, and no disrespect to your show or Tony Gaga's show, or Tap Into the Truth or Global Patriot Network show. But my show, you know as well as I do, God's Rainbow Ministries, you know, I call these people live on my podcast. And I believe they're trying to shut us down.
Well, I believe that too, because because sometimes if a show gets if shows get too popular or whatever, I don't know. Okay, maybe they decide to sit there and flip the switch on things. Okay, and change things around.
Well, God's Rainbow Ministries. Look, I've got 359 shows. Okay. I don't know how many shows you have, and no disrespect to you, but 359 shows is probably, most likely, the longest Blog Talk Radio show on the air that has continuously kept its same title and has interviewed prime ministers, veterans, pastors, you even, and many guests like Leroy on my podcast since 2014. And look, the captain, I was on the captain show as a guest. He's no longer on podcast. He does a sports show. That's about it. But he doesn't do his Freedom for All Network radio podcast anymore. I have been the longest Blog Talk radio show host continuously since 2014. That has been continuous. Every week, Thursdays was at first, Saturdays, Sundays, whatnot. And I think, and I call the Federal Reserve Bank, I call politicians, I call sheriffs, I call police departments. I've had missionaries on my show. I've had CPS victims on my show. And I've had you on my show. So I think you're absolutely correct. They're trying to silence alternative media, and that's what Blog Talk Radio is doing. And Marilyn, if she's listening, Marilyn from Blog Talk Radio, who charges our credit card every month $40 a month, shame on you for switching our chat room and blocking our listeners and selling out to the corporation. Shame on you. I call out Blog Talk Radio right now with God's Rainbow Ministries, a fellow Blog Talk Radio show host. Right now, I call you out. I call you out.
They're probably not listening. Okay, because they got so many. They got so.
Yeah, you're right. They're probably not.
Yeah. They got so many bloggers. Okay, you figure, there's like 250,000 Blog Talk hosts. Okay.
Well, there's 10,000. So, there's 10,000. Actually, I looked it up. There's 10,358 Blog Talk Radio show hosts. So now let me ask you, God's Rainbow Ministries, if we, let's just put it at this. $40 a host. What does that number equal up to? Anybody got some good math out there? That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
It's about $40 million. Okay.
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. So when Joseph Gibson, God's Rainbow Ministries, not to interrupt you, and I want you to plug your show before I let you go here. when Joseph Gibson starts calling the Federal Reserve, and I said this on the Federal Reserve show that I did when I originally called them a month ago. They're going to attack me. They said I will be dealt with, and I bet they contacted Blog Talk Radio and said, hey, we'll give you $10 million to change your chat room, blah, 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 or I'll give you $5 million to shut up. Come on. Who in their right mind isn't going to do that? They're going to do that all day long, right?
Yep. Yep. I mean, why pass out free money?
Brother. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. That's just basically it. The times in which we live in today. Okay.
Amen.
It's all about the almighty dollar. Okay. And the almighty dollar speaks louder, okay, than what people might want, okay. So if they get an opportunity to get some free money, well, I mean, why not take it?
You're absolutely, and most of us wouldn't we? Wouldn't we?
Yeah.
We would take that because money is the root of all evil. We know that. And no matter how much money we have, it's never enough. It doesn't matter. If we make $50,000 a month, we'll spend more than what we make because like I played in my intro, why are we so proliferated with entertainments, drugs, alcohol? Because these people have a big idea. And I played that also in many of my intros. It's a big idea. It's a new world order. And it doesn't matter how much money you have, $200 a month, $1,000 a month, whether you're rich. And I believe Blog Talk Radio has sold out God's Rainbow Ministries. I do. I really do. And I post that on my Facebook chatter. I post it in chat rooms on other Blog Talk Radio shows, and I'm kicked off. But Blog Talk Radio, you should be ashamed of yourself for changing the chat room without us agreeing to it. The Blog Talk Radio show hosts that have supported you and paid for our show since the beginning. Shame on you. Shame on you. And I'm working on a $1 trillion lien against Blog Talk Radio right now as we speak. And I am. And if the founder of Blog Talk Radio wants to call into my podcast, she is more than welcome to explain herself. But she has explained herself like a corporate media outlet in many emails to me, and I post that in chat rooms and on my Facebook and Twitter page. And this is a show that I pay for that Blog Talk Radio has screwed up literally. The chat room is so screwed up, people can't log in. It's disgusting, and it's wrong. It's wrong.
Well, I know.
This is not the contract that we signed up for.
Well, it's like a lot of people. It's like the other night, I couldn't log into the Tony Gaga show. Okay, wouldn't let me. Okay. For some reason or another, it said I had to have a password. Okay, and that was God's Rainbow Ministries. And I had to have a password. If I didn't know the password, I couldn't log in. I was like, what the heck is this? I don't get this when I go on the Joe Gibson show.
Yeah,
okay, so.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely correct. Let's take live callers. Excuse me. 657-383-0616. Maybe some of you are in the chat room that want to call in. God's Rainbow Ministries is on the program right now. He's a fellow Blog Talk Radio show host. And Tony Gaga apparently called in. So let me get to some callers here. We got 16 minutes left. And then I want Leroy. He's going to get some final thoughts. Leroy. He's been hanging on patiently and quietly. So I want to give him some final thoughts here tonight.
Very patient.
But real quick here, private caller. Go ahead. There you go. You're unmuted. Private caller.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Yeah,
hello.
You said that. All right. 3 strikes, you're going to be out. What's on your mind?
My name is Rico. How are you today?
All right. Goodbye, private caller. All right. 321. 321, you're unmuted. Go ahead. All right.
I forgot. I think he forgot to put on a CPAP before he went to sleep.
God's Rainbow Ministries. I got some time here. Plug your show. When's your next show? I want to give you some time on my podcast because when I call into your podcast, you always give me the blessed time to talk to your listeners. So before I allow Leroy here to wrap it up here tonight, God's Rainbow Ministries, please go ahead.
Okay. Well, tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, we will be on air. We got our platform is we do a devotional reading, a Bible reading, and a prophetic message. And of course, we play godly music. Okay, so if that's something you're interested in, okay, please call in area code 657-383-1487 and listen to the show.
And what time is your show again?
8 p.m. Central Standard Time.
All right. God's Rainbow Ministries. Of course, a supporter of my podcast, and I support his podcast. But God's Rainbow Ministries, before I get to Leroy to wrap up the show, let's listen to some idiots maybe. Let's try it. I've got about 20 callers here, but some people have been waiting. Let's listen to some idiots here. 509, go ahead. You queued in first, actually. Go ahead, 509.
Hello. It's Spencer.
Hey, Spencer.
How's it going? Hey, Ken. How you doing, brother? Hey, Joey. How you doing?
Brother.
Amen. I wanted to chime in on the changes with Blog Talk Radio. With the chat room, I feel like instead of upgrading, they should have given you a choice to say, hey, we have upgraded our system. We've upgraded our chat room. Would you like the old version? Would you like to keep the old version or go with the new version? But they didn't even give you that option, did they?
No.
And that's crap. That's complete crap. They shouldn't do that.
Amen. That's not the contract we agreed to when we paid for the show. Amen, brother. Amen.
That's right. That's right. Now, Mr. Gibson, how many people did you say were called or that you have in the queue or on the line right now?
Oh, Lord.
I'm just curious.
Right now I've got, let's see, I've got 125 callers and about 75 of them are private callers. So.
All right, so about, say, a little over total then.
I can only hold in my queue, to be honest with you, and I think you brought this question up maybe on Tony Gaga's show. I can only hold 250 callers. That's all I can hold.
Okay. Well, how come, Tony Gaga's show, I feel like, and this is something that Pastor Ken brought up, maybe these people are attacking the very popular shows on Blog Talk Radio. Do you believe that to be true?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I believe Tony Gaga's show I believe Tony Gaga's show is the most popular show on Blog Talk. I will give Tony Gaga's show that credit. It is, and I believe I'm second. I believe I'm second.
Maybe so, but officially it is. The rankings are out there. Official, rankings, kind of like the Avengers, movies, which I've never actually watched the Avengers, but that's breaking records nowadays. But talking about Blog Talk Radio shows, the Tony Gaga show is actually the number one show on Blog Talk Radio. Mr. Gibson, my next question is, I'd like to read a little part of your description of your show. You know, it says it's a podcast that gives everyone a voice, but how come you hung up on Rico?
Well, I hung up on him because, well, look, I'm a moderator.
Because his $10 accent
show.
didn't cut it. That's why.
There you go. His accent didn't cut it.
But that means that not everyone voice.
Every real person has a voice,
sir. I do give everyone a voice, but once they start with the nonsense, it's my job as the moderator of the show until Blog Talk tells me I can't be a moderator anymore, and I go someplace else like iHeartRadio. You know, I need to shut them down.
Oh, I don't recommend going there, but I do know for a
why
fact,
not?
And I know why not?
iHeartRadio, iHeart Podcast Radio is a great place to go, just like TalkShoe. You know.
Okay, but there are better places to do that. I know we talked about it for like Pal Talk and Discord, but I had two questions for you, or one thing to say, not a question actually. Me, myself, and
you see, when Blog Talk gets, I got about 250 callers. You start breaking up on me. You're breaking up on me, and that's Blog Talk Radio. You know, the bandwidth that I can handle. So, so I apologize to you, sir. Yeah, you're breaking up. You're breaking up real bad.
Yeah,
all right, there we go. 509 dropped. Yeah, and that's what happens. See, I get so many people.
He's on an Obama phone.
Yeah. All right, private caller, real quick, and then I gotta let Leroy wrap it up here tonight. I promised. Private caller, and then another private caller. Go ahead, real quick. I don't even know if I can connect to any. Go ahead. Private. Blog Talk Radio is shutting me down, I think. All right, go ahead, private call. Hang on.
Hello.
Hang on. Private caller. Go ahead, private caller. Go ahead. You're unmuted. I'm sure you heard it. Unmuted.
Hello.
Oh, boy. It's the hello guy. It's the hello guy. Yeah. You see what I get on Blog Talk Radio? You know?
No,
this is what I get.
But you got... But see, this is just someone calling in. You know, everyone has a voice here. You got to keep that in mind. Even though he has...
all right, I'm going to give a voice for 1 minute. Then I'm going to go to Leroy. And then I'm going to mute everybody.
Amen.
I see callers dropping like crazy and then calling back in. So, you know, you got to remember, I'm a host here, and I'm looking at the call screen. So go ahead, Mr. Hello. What do you want to say? I didn't unmute you. What do you have to say?
Talk about the blind leading the blind, eh? The habit
I can't hear you.
Being led by the retard.
I can't hear you. I cannot hear you. Too many callers on the line here tonight. All right, Dr. Leroy, go ahead. Come on. I know I still got you.
Yeah, I think the last caller said he was partially retarded and asked if you wanted the fries with your order.
No,
I really think that's what he said. But
hello?
I mean, there's not much to close up on. I mean, if there's anybody else that wants to have a comment, I'll yield my time to them because I'm enjoying the chat room tonight because there's so many freaking morons out there that, you know, I'm sitting here getting paid to work. Yeah, right back at you. But, you know, it's just like that. People can make fun of you. They could talk shit about you. They could trash anybody they want to in the chat room because, like I said an hour ago, they're all keyboard Rambos. And none of them have nads bigger than raisins to get out from behind that damn keyboard. So that's why they could sit here and they could chastise you and make fun of you, make fun of me, make fun of anybody else that's out there that's a caller that's trying to be serious because they know they'll never have to get out from behind that keyboard as long as their granny keeps giving them root beers in the basement.
But Leroy, what if we trace their IP right down to their internet node and got their name and called them out?
Well, you could do all that, but the problem is they're not coming out. It's just like you remember the CB radio back in the 80s and the 70s. They're all microphone heroes, and now we got freaking keyboard heroes. Ain't a single one of them bad boys coming out.
Kind of like
that
Old
first
Goat.
means
Remember
they would
Old
have to
Goat?
get dressed. Yeah, I remember Old Goat. Well, hey, now Old Goat was 70-something years old. He served in World War II, so I'll give him that. But he was an old bastard. But he was a good guy, though. I liked him. But there, these other keyboard heroes and everything else, just like the microphone heroes, they're not going to do nothing. Their only goal is to sit out here and get their rocks off, jacking off to freaking midget porn on the internet, and getting on your damn show to get a voice in edgewise, because none of them have a life. None of them have any goal in their life, and if any of them have any common sense, they take their bottom lip, pull it up over their head, and swallow themselves, because that's what they're worth, absolutely nothing. They should stick their heads in the commode and flush it and kiss this cruel-ass world goodbye, because they're not prepared for it. They're losers, they're irrelevant, they're nothing to society, and they never will be, because they have nothing to contribute. They're absolute zeros in life, and the only thing they get out of life is bugging you, bugging your chat room, and bugging the show, because they're not going to do nothing. They're pure irrelevant, and that's all I have to say. So all you irrelevant people out there, until you grow a set of raisins, nuts, almonds, Brazil nuts, whatever you call them things down there that you think you have, maybe you need to pull your hand down your pants and see what you really are, because you're acting like little bitches. Until then, shut the hell up. You're a bunch of damn losers. Okay? Losers. I'm done.
So that, well, amen to that. Well, you just said that you're absolutely correct. And what do you think about the idiot in the chat room? Pre-recorded.
Oh, he's just doing that to get on your nerves. You know, he's just doing that to try to get on your nerves. That's all these people in this chat room. That's all they're trying to do is spike something in your emotions to get you to mention them. That's all they're doing, and I'm having fun with them in the chat room. The problem is they'll say something to try to get on my nerves, and I completely flip it around back on them, because sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never hurt me, and I don't have to worry about any of them cowards out there ever throwing a stick or stone, because they'll never get out from behind that damn keyboard. So until then, nothing they do or say will ever bother me, because they're pieces of shit in my book.
Amen. You know what, Dr. Leroy? You're absolutely correct. These internet trolls, you got to agree with me. I tell them, I'll leave the porch light on for you anytime you want to come by. None of them do. And then you get Ken Gutterson that calls in, and these other people which is really not his name, Ken Gutterson. You threatened me. You said you want to meet me at Gold's Gym. You know?
Well, you know, Joe, that's the way it always starts out. Remember back in the CB radio days, they'd always want to meet you somewhere. They say, okay, I'll meet you there. I'll be there in 10 minutes. Oh, no, now you got to meet me here. And before you know it, they want you to come to the yard. Then they want you to come to the house. And then they want you to come to the house for a cup of coffee. And then they want you to do their old lady, because they're not man enough to do it. There's nothing but a bunch of pussies on the radio and a bunch of pussies on the internet. They're all pussies. You could give them your address. You could give them your telephone number. You could give them anything you want to. You could tell them where you sleep at night if it was on a street corner somewhere. None of them, because probably they don't have a driver's license to start with, and their moped won't make it that far on one tank of gas, will ever step outside that damn computer. They're all pussies. All of them.
Amen. I agree with you, Dr. Leroy. I agree with you. Most of these people are. They're scumbags. They're weak. And you know what? Shame on them. Shame on them. Absolutely. But we're not here to attack people. We're here to tell you the truth. And thank you, Dr. Leroy. I appreciate it. We're going to end the episode, so hang up, trolls. You're not getting a voice here tonight. Dr. Leroy, thank you. Next show, I'll let you know. Awesome program, though. Awesome program. And these idiots that they're hanging up now, all the trolls. But anyway, hey, look, God bless all of you. And, hey, you need to wake up. You need to wake up. That's what this show is all about, understanding the times in which you live in today. Dr. Leroy told all you scumbags off tonight. I love it. And he did it for me, actually. So I love it. All right. Good night, everybody. Take care.
Good night. Good night.